Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and sitting there, I thought, okay, I'm going to go in there and do it. And what I wanted to show is something we used to have to do back in the day. If we wanted to emboss something, we could do wet emboss with the with the powder and the wet ink. But what if we wanted to emboss something off a stencil? We didn't have the machines. We certainly didn't have those embossing mats. We had to do it ourselves. And so what I'm going to try with this one is using the stamping mat. It's kind of, rubbery. I've got a stencil and I've got this Cricut stylus, and I'm sure it's, fits in the machine, but I always kind of like the size of it or something. It's nice to hold. So I'm going to just show you. All you had to do was go through your stencil, and I've got paper and of course the Gucci pad, and go around with your stylus or whatever you use. And you just go around and push it in is what you're doing. Now I'm using, there's two pieces of paper here, and I don't know if that's going to affect it or not, but you got to get in there and get the whole area. You could just go around the outline, but I'll show you the difference in a little bit. I wanted to do this butterfly first, then we'll do some more shapes that are just kind of shapes. But this is pretty narrow, so you just kind of follow that line, follow the lines, and just kind of push in a little bit. You don't want to tear your paper. Uh-oh, I just moved it, and see, that's the other thing. So you can see, if you look, that it's debossed and embossed on this side. I don't think it helped having that other paper there. I think that made it worse. But basically that was how it worked. So this here is a flower. So I'll show you this. Where I'm going to go is just the whole thing. But I want to do it smooth, and that's not coming out smooth. I had like the balls for the flowers, but it was a little bit smaller and it was smoother, and so you could push it in pretty good, and you didn't get those marks in there. See, that's kind of what I was thinking I was waiting for before doing this, but I just want to show you. It's time consuming, but if you have a stencil and you want it embossed and you don't have that embossing mat, or you don't have a die cutting machine, this is a way that you could do it. And of course you can always tape it down, or put it on, well, if you put it on that Cricut mat, you're not going to have the soft rubber underneath it. Okay. So there's the debossed side. There's the embossed side. Let me just get, this is gray. Not the best color. Let me see what else I got. Laguna Bay. See? It works. It helps. I wish I had something that's too big. I just don't really have anything the right size. The little ball tools used to work very good. I wonder if this would be smooth enough. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I've got this, and I'm gonna try this, but I'm gonna try it on one of these. Here, we'll do dots. Oh, this might be a better one. It's got some flowers and hearts and stuff. I don't think this has ever been opened. And that's pretty good stencil. It's pretty solid, so okay. Let's do the heart. Oh, this may not be smooth enough. So you just gotta kind of give it a little bit of firm. You don't want to rip your paper. Now let me bring this in. This would be big enough for this one. Sometimes things like these are just too big, but you're really stretching your paper, and it's pushing it out because you've got the mat, and basically you're stretching it to go up. Okay, and this will not go in there good, so I'll bring this back and go in here. Just go back over it again. I hope I got them all. Okay. I didn't get them all. I missed the ones on the bottom there, but there it is. Let me get that ink pen back. And I'll show you the impression. Pretty good, right? You also have a debossed side, just like when you emboss it in an embossing machine. In the machine, you know, you have an embossed and a debossed side. Okay. So there's the heart. I want to see the debossed flower. I think that might look kind of pretty. It's kind of cool. So this is what we called dry embossing, and that just meant that we went over something with our basically stylus or whatever you want to call it. I can't remember what we called them back then. I'm going to do this one now, but I'm not going to fill it in. I'm just going to go over the outline of it. So you can see how that looks. And this is probably something you can't get using the embossing mat, is the look that this is going to do. So if I'm wrong, please correct me so I can let other people know. But you can just go over it. Just trace around. I'm telling you, when we used to scrapbook back then, it took time to make those pages. You didn't pump that stuff out. Okay. So that's done. So, where did I put that ink pad? There it is. I'll show you the debossed first. Pretty nice, right? You can't get that doing regular embossing with the mats and everything now. Here's the embossed side. So now you could do that for a background just like that, right? You can. You can do that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make up a size. And I'm gonna get, of course this is way too big, but I'll take the gray and I'm gonna get this, and I'm just gonna do some stenciling. Now this is not gonna work, is it? I gotta use, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna start over because I'm gonna use my, one of these. And I guess I will use, what color do I want to use? I need to wipe off this ink. I just use my fingers, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna use, I could get one of the other stencils and use it, but I just want to kind of show you a little bit. I'll use the orange. It's going to be kind of bright, but it'll be a little bit different. Okay. So then I'm going to just stencil up the background here with the orange. Love these inks. I truly, truly do. Try not to go over the edge like I did over there. Okay. Might have worked better if I used a flower or something, you know, but I didn't. Look at that. Didn't even have to re-ink it really. Let me do this little piece. Whoops. Yeah, about there. There we go. Do a little bit of some wispy feathery looking stuff maybe to go in there. Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. Just maybe add a little bit of dimension to the thing. Okay. So there's that. And next, I want to take my yellow and I'm just gonna, I probably should have done the yellow first and done a background and then come back with that, but eh. I'm just gonna add a little bit of color over the white. And this can be any size card or whatever, it really doesn't matter. Okay, do I want to put another color in there? If I had done my background first, I might have gone ahead and done another color. Let me see. Maybe I'll try some of the pastel yellow. This is from the older kit. Man, it looks like it's going to be about the same color, but let's just see. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. So I think what I'm going to do is try the pink. I'm hoping it's light enough. I don't want it to be dark. I just want to add a little bit more color. I want the design in it to be background, but okay. I'm thinking this might not do what I expected it to do because the card is so big that what I was going to do might not take the room that I thought. But I'm just going to now come in here and just kind of cut the shape. sort of, but not really doing fussy cut because I want it to be kind of bigger than that. And of course here I didn't do enough coloring. So let me take it. My washing machine's going in there, making all kinds of noise. Now, if that had been a flower, that might have looked a little better. These are not big enough. I could have done this big flower. But if my card was smaller, let's see. If that orange hadn't been that bright. Might have needed 2 of these to really make it be something, right? Then I could have stuck 2 together. It really didn't take that long. Here's, this one's a little bit smaller. All right, I'm gonna glue this down. Honestly, this is driving me crazy. These pointy tips. Even though what's on there, it's just driving me nuts. Okay, so I would do this, glue it down, or we could do that side. No. Okay, let's glue it down. Okay. I always preferred this dry embossing instead of the full dry embossing. This I always preferred for some reason. To me, it's a cleaner look. This really isn't a card. I'm just saying if you wanted to use it on as a card. Let's just do this 100% by hand, right? And let me do oh, I really messed this up. I should have just wrote it first and then filled it in. Oh well. Thinking of it's really a weird shape if it, you know, if it had been a flower or something, this would be easier. And of course, I'm not saying run out and just write on a card, but I didn't want to have to pull a sentiment out right now, try to find one and figure out what to do, so I just figured I'll write it in. Thinking of you. But see, you can't get that look through one of those things because it's going to push the whole thing in. Do we want to do these circles? Probably not on this. Okay. Thinking of you. I mean, obviously you're going to make it look better than that. This was just so I could show you that you can do that. So if I wanted to, like, I could have stenciled a flower. And then I could have used that as the background flower and had the big flower, maybe more than one. I could have done small flower, big flower in this and cut out, you know, just, you got to kind of, when you're cutting it, because you don't have a die and you want to get the thing. And when you're doing the flowers, and then it's not going to show if you cut on the line, right? It's just going to look like the line. So you do want to leave room. You can leave it square and just put that square with it in the middle. There's a lot of things, a lot of ways to use it. And like I said, it's a different look than when you emboss with the machine and it pushes the whole thing through. You know, that's what that's supposed to do. And if you have the right stuff, it will work. But of course, I don't have that little ball thing. So, anyways, so quick, simple video. I just wanted to show this. I've been wanting to show this for a while. You don't have to have a die cutting machine. You can do things without it. If you like my video, I'm so sorry. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. We will be doing a 200 subscriber giveaway, or not giveaway, swap, as soon as I have 200 subscribers. Hopefully it won't take too long to get there. Alright, everybody, thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye now.